Hey guys, it's Hazel. I had an amazing experience this morning and I just wanted to share it with you. Um, my hair's still a little wet. I just got out of the shower, but last night I posted on Facebook that I had gotten some awful news and it really sucked because I was in such an awesome mood. I was totally feeling the crazy energies of the moon right now, and despite all the craziness that this moon brings, I was really feeling the undertones of success in getting things done, and I used it to my advantage, and I really was just pounding through things that I knew that I needed to get done, and almost every step of the way, something was happening. The little girl that I nannied showed up way, way late in the day and didn't leave till way, way late in the day. And so I had to wait on grocery shopping. My kids hadn't gotten dinner yet. And I go to plug my key into the car and the battery's dead. So it's 7:30. We haven't had dinner yet, and I can't get my car started. So I flag somebody down and have them help me, and then I get to the store. It's about 8:15. I'm doing my shopping, and I get back home and I put the stuff in the oven. Well, when we made our fairy cakes, what I didn't see was a little bit of the what do you call it? Like, the word is not coming out of my mouth. The cake mix fell to the bottom of the stove, and the stove caught fire while I was cooking. And I was like, oh my gosh, and that has never happened to me before. So I had no idea what to do, so I just threw some water on it, and thank God, like, it took care of the problem. Then after that happened, I finally got dinner done. Dinner was done at about 9:30. And then my sister-in-law calls, and I'm feeling great. Because I'm a vegetarian and my family is not, I made myself some, I call them bell peppers mexicana, and you can find the recipe for that on my blog at hazelsbroom.blogspot.com, and there will be a link below. And what it is it's like quinoa with corn and black beans and green onions and cilantro and lime juice stuffed into a cooked yellow pepper. And it's so delicious. You gotta go check out that recipe. And my husband, I had made him some pork chops with sauteed peaches on top. And I actually got that particular recipe. I actually borrowed that recipe from, I think it was eatskinny.com. I'm not sure, but anyway, so I was like super proud of dinner, and even though it was 9:30, I busted out these bomb dishes, and I get a call from my sister-in-law, and she says, unfortunately, you're going to owe $4,000 on taxes this year, which is not what we were expecting, so we did not just have $4,000 laying around to take care of that. So it was not, it totally just like took out my flame. And me and my husband were so upset that we didn't speak. We weren't mad at each other because neither one of us did anything to be mad at. It was just that we knew that if we spoke, it would be out of anger and not out of love. So we just couldn't even talk yesterday. Started to feel better after about 2 hours after that. I was feeling a little bit better, but I felt like I wasn't dealing with it, that I just kind of pushed it down, because I'm very used to doing that. When I'm upset about something, I push it down. Then I watched this really awesome healer. Her name is Adrienne Dumas. And I'll put a link to her channel down below as well. And she does this for a living. She has a heart-centered business, so she does healing and readings for people, which is kind of what I'm trying to get into as well. And she just said she was doing a healing this morning about cutting cords to people who are jealous, because that was the energy that was blocking her at the moment. And I thought to myself, and she said, and it's so silly because it's usually people who are in the same business, and if you're in this business, you got to release your jealousy, because your energies are so important when it comes to clients. And that's so right. And I woke up this morning, I could definitely feel my blockages. I could feel them. I woke up absolutely exhausted, even though I got plenty of sleep. And I was like, what do I do about this? I can't recognize what it is. And that was true this morning. This morning I really couldn't recognize what was going on with me. So I decided to wash away all the negativity. And then I sat down and said an awesome prayer. And what I did, and I wanted to share it just in case it could help some of you, is one, I hydrated like crazy, because sometimes when your body is in a funk, water can cure a lot of things in your body that you wouldn't even realize. So let me take a drink of that right now. And when we feel that way, we tend to like cling to our hot tea or our coffee, but really what your body needs is to be hydrated. So I did that. I hydrated, and I sat down and I pulled out my favorite incense and brought out some flowers to make me happy, and put my angel and my rosary out, and just kind of set up a small sacred space and invoked the angels and Mother Mary or Mother Moon, whatever you call her. I believe they are one and the same. And I just kind of laid it on the table and said, I don't know what is going on. I definitely feel these energy blockages and I want to release them. And I said, first and foremost, and I was talking to Mary, I feel like there might be some hormonal imbalance this morning. If you could just please align those things accordingly and allow me to get rid of that feeling of being hormonally imbalanced. And I just sat in stillness, and I felt her standing behind me, putting her hands on top of my head. No words, just softly putting her hands on the top of my head, and I felt that release immediately. And I just breathed in, and I breathed out a thank you, and it felt so good. And then I asked the angels to take away any blockages that were in my life or inside that were keeping my energy from flowing in love and in light. And I just breathed in and breathed out a thank you. And then what happened was crazy, because it was not me. The angels just started showing me all of the blockages that I didn't even know were there. They just started showing them to me, and I would release it. And then I would pray over the next one, and I would release it. And I would pray over the next one, and I would release it. And I did that for about 10 minutes of just things that I had no idea were blocking me, and I was just releasing them, releasing them, releasing them. And at the end of it, I knew I was done. I had covered everyone in prayer, including myself. I had released everything I needed to release, and I just took several deep breaths, breathed them out, and I thanked them for coming. And then I asked for a card from Mary, and actually, let me get that card so I can share it with you. I asked for a card from Mother Mary for the day because of all this releasing. And I got this card. And this is my affirmation. Now I'm going to be saying this for the rest of the day. And let me tell you what it says. I step out of the way and surrender any need for control in order to make room for God's healing love to flow through me and this situation. You can't make this stuff up, right? You just cannot make these things up. And I implore you, if you are feeling, and maybe you can't recognize, like me, I couldn't recognize what it was that I was feeling, but I knew that it wasn't good. I was not at my fullest, and I've heard people say before, I just feel like crap today, and I don't want to do anything, and I'm just going to forget about it. Don't waste this time that you have, because days are not freely given. They come at a cost, and the cost is that it's your time. Just you're losing your own time. We are not here on this planet very long, or in this particular lifetime very long. And so sit, and I know people do meditation, but sometimes it requires more than meditation. Sometimes it requires feeling out those energies and figuring out what they are and what they mean, and releasing them to the angels and asking the angels to heal them. And you will be amazed at what they will show you. They'll show you and pinpoint your blockages and help you to release them, and then you will feel so good after that. You'll feel so good, and you'll be like, oh my God, I was about to waste the day away, but now I feel great, and I can continue the day, and I can get things done, and I can be the best possible me that I can be. And so I wanted to share that with you today, because I really was feeling funky this morning, and I was so blessed. I was so blessed by the angels and by the mother, and I pray that if you are feeling like this morning, sit down with your angels, sit down with your deities, and just release it so that you can go on about your day and don't waste your day. Alright guys, I love you so much. If you like this kind of video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe to my channel, please. And you can find me on my blog at hazelsbroom.blogspot.com, or my Etsy shop for tarot readings, oracle readings, and custom spell work, and that's at Hazel's House of Magic, and Facebook page, I'm Laura Elizabeth. Alright guys, have a great day. Be the best possible you that you can be. Bye-bye.